Welcome back, everyone. Today we are going to explore one of the most important skills you can ever develop in English, especially if you want to work internationally, grow professionally, or simply communicate with confidence in a serious environment. The topic of today is very powerful, and it can change your life if you master it. We are going to talk about how to introduce yourself in a job interview. This is not just a simple question. This is the moment where people decide how they see you. This is the moment where you create your first impression. And as we all know, first impressions are extremely important.
Yes, Lucas, I completely agree with everything you said, and I think the reason many people fail this question is mainly psychological. When they hear, "Tell me about yourself," they feel pressure immediately. They think they are being judged, and this creates stress. And when stress comes, clarity disappears. Even people who have good experience can struggle because they don't organize their thoughts properly.
Now, Sophie, let me ask you something very important to begin this discussion. When someone sits in front of an interviewer and hears the question, "Tell me about yourself," why do so many people fail this moment? Because from the outside, the question seems very simple. It is not technical, it is not complicated, but still many candidates lose confidence, speak poorly, or give answers that do not represent their true potential. What do you think is happening in that moment?
Another important reason is lack of preparation. Like you said, people think this question is easy, so they don't prepare for it. But in reality, this is one of the most important questions in an interview. If you fail this moment, you start the interview with a weak impression, and it becomes very difficult to recover.
From my observation, one of the biggest problems is that people don't understand the purpose of the question. They think the interviewer wants their life story, but that is not true. The interviewer wants a clear, structured, and professional summary of who you are, what you do, and what value you can bring. If you don't understand this, you will talk too much about irrelevant details and miss the opportunity to show your strengths.
I also agree with you about the structure. Without structure, your answer becomes confusing. The interviewer has to work hard to understand you, and this is not good. A clear structure shows that you are organized, that you think logically, and that you respect the listener's time.
So if we break it down, we can say that a strong answer must follow a structure. And I like to divide it into three main parts. First, who you are. Second, your experience or what you do. And third, your goals or what you are looking for. This structure is simple but extremely effective. It helps you stay focused and it helps the interviewer understand you clearly.
Your example was very good because it shows balance. It is not too short, not too long, and it focuses on relevant information. This is exactly what candidates need to practice. Simple, clear, and professional.
Let me give a simple example. If I say, "My name is Lucas. I have experience in financial management, and I am currently focused on improving my skills in digital finance and analysis. I am looking for an opportunity where I can contribute to a growing company and continue developing my expertise." This is clear, structured, and professional. It is not too long, but it says a lot.
Now about confidence. This is something that can be developed. Many people think confidence is natural, but it is not. Confidence comes from preparation and repetition. If you practice your introduction many times, you will feel more comfortable, and your voice will become more stable.
Now, Sophie, let's talk about confidence, because even a good answer can sound weak if it is not delivered properly. Many candidates speak with hesitation, they look down, or they speak too fast because they are nervous. In your opinion, how can someone improve their confidence when introducing themselves in a job interview?
I also want to insist on body language. The way you sit, the way you look at the interviewer, the way you use your hands, all of this matters. Communication is not only about words. A confident posture can make a big difference.
Another important point is preparation. Many people think they can improvise, but this is a mistake. You must prepare your introduction, practice it, and refine it. This does not memorizing like a robot, but it means being comfortable with your structure and your ideas so that you can speak naturally.
Preparation is absolutely key. Like you said, it is not about memorizing a script, but about being ready. You need to know your main ideas so that you can adapt your answer naturally.
We should also talk about tone. Your tone should be professional, but also human. You are not a machine. You can smile, you can show energy, you can show motivation. The interviewer is not only evaluating your skills, but also your personality.
About tone, I love what you said. Being professional does not mean being cold. You can smile, you can show enthusiasm, and this makes you more human and more memorable.
Now let's talk about common mistakes. One very common mistake is starting with unnecessary information like, I was born in, or I have 3 brothers. These details are not relevant in most job interviews. You must stay focused on what matters professionally.
The mistakes you mentioned are very common. Talking about irrelevant personal details is something many candidates do, especially beginners. But they need to understand that an interview is not a personal conversation. It is a professional exchange.
Another mistake is being too generic. Saying things like, I am hardworking, or I am motivated, without giving examples, does not create impact. You need to show, not just say.
And about being generic, this is also a big problem. Words like motivated or hardworking are good, but only if you support them with examples. Otherwise, they sound empty.
Now, Sophie, what about beginners or people with limited experience? Many people feel they don't have enough to say. How can they introduce themselves in a strong way, even without a long professional background?
For beginners, I would say something very important. You don't need a lot of experience to give a good introduction. You can talk about your studies, your projects, your motivation, and your willingness to learn. For example, you can say, I am a recent graduate, I am very motivated to learn, and I am looking for an opportunity to grow and gain experience. This is simple but effective.
And finally, for this first part, I want to say something important. This question is not a test of your English only. It is a test of your clarity, your thinking, and your ability to present yourself. So mastering this question is not just about language. It is about positioning yourself in the best possible way.
And finally, I completely agree with your last point. This question is not just about English. It is about how you present yourself. It is about how you think, how you organize your ideas, and how you communicate your value.